Is this thing on? Oh yeah, it is. Hi. What up? Good morning, it's your boy, Real Malfunction, bringing you another awesome healing video on your journey. So, today is a good video. I'm excited to share this because this is what I gained on my healing journey. The top 3 traits I gained on my healing journey, okay? Before we get into the video and I start divulging my secrets, okay? Go ahead and click the link in the description to learn from my mentors to make real money on YouTube, to get them authentic views and to get taught by the people that teach me, all right? We into it today. Like I said, today we're going to be talking about the top 3 traits that I gained on my healing journey. And I'm still healing, okay? I'm still healing. Am I a lot further than what I was? Most definitely. But these 3 things, these 3 traits work together, okay? And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. The first trait, and these are in order, okay? These are in order for me, okay? This is how I worked. This is what I did. This is how it worked for me. I'm going to give you some tips. Maybe it worked for you, okay? First thing, okay? Trait 1 that I gained was the accountability trait. That trait that I'm able to look into the mirror and be completely honest with myself. And I mean completely honest. Not to the point where I'm, like bashing myself, but to the point where it's like, okay, I could feel that. I understand what I'm doing wrong. Let's change it. Accountability. Taking a good look in the mirror and being very honest and transparent. It's accountability right there, right? You want to change something? Change it. Change it. First step, though, is becoming accountable, recognizing that it needs to be changed, okay? Telling myself to be more conscious in my decisions, okay? To me, accountability to me is finally listening to your body, right? And using your mind. So, what does that look like? Well, for me, I started listening to my body because I knew I wasn't feeling like, I'm Malachi, but I wasn't Malachi. I didn't feel more like confident in my skin. I didn't feel like myself, I didn't feel like I could be myself. Let's put it like that. And the cool thing about accountability is when you start listening to your body now, because your body is telling you what you got to change. It's telling you, it tells you. It's very smart mechanism, okay? And when it was telling me what I needed to change was, well, I needed to be more, it was telling me I needed to change a lot. For first, self-love, discipline, forgiveness, self-forgiveness. It taught me, not to take things personal and being straight up with myself. It taught me how to take like a responsibility. Once I knew I had to change something, whether it was my mind, my body, my spirit, get more in tune with who I am. Once I have to change it, now it's your responsibility. Once you know you have to change it, it's your responsibility to change it. That's what my mom says to me. And that clicked because that makes so much sense. If you know you have to change something and you don't change it, who can you blame? You got to blame yourself, which in turns, guess what? If you start blaming yourself, will get you to accountability. I was blaming myself for everything. Every single little thing that has happened in my life, I've manifested it. I thought about it. It's happened. And then what? You know what I mean? Like, I changed it. Okay? And that's what this is about, man. Becoming very honest with yourself. Blaming yourself for to a certain extent, because guess what? You're to blame. And then just fixing it. The second trait that I learned was discipline. And I'm still working on this trait as far as doing certain activities before I get work done. You know what I mean? I don't want to do certain activities before I have work done. After, sure, why not? But before I have work done, no. Because one, that builds my discipline, so I get my work done first, and I have something to look forward to afterwards, okay? Two, once you're accountable, once you're accountable, okay, you start doing the things that you need to do to change, okay? You start your reps. You start doing the repetition, okay? This is where the discipline comes in. Every single day you do the reps. The more reps you get in, the better it will be to change the thing you need to change. In sales, guess what? The more reps I did, the better salesman I became. And then we had a saying in selling, me and the guys, you're only as good as your last sale. Think about that. And then that could lead into real life. You're only as good as your last reaction with somebody else. It's deep. It's very deep when you think about it. You know, that's why I don't like judging anybody. That's why I don't like threatening people. I like having compassion. I like having empathy. I like putting myself in other people's shoes because, for one, I'm just that kind of person. I care. I care a lot, genuinely. I care genuinely a lot, but I also don't give a fuck because that's how it should be. I care a lot about others, so I know I won't treat others the way that I don't want to be treated. Does that make sense? I'm not going to treat others cussing them out and treating them like shit if I don't want that. Discipline is another thing. If you want to go to the gym, do it. If you want to create content, do it. If you want to go on a run, do it. Don't let obstacles in your way. Crazy thing, okay? I run to the gym there and I run back. It's about a mile away from my home, mile to my home, okay? So I run 2 miles every time I hit the gym. My wife asked me like 4 or 5 days ago, maybe 4 days ago, she said, I think it was actually Saturday, she said, hey babe, it's raining. You want me to take you to the gym? I'm going right now. I showed her a David Goggins video of him running in the rain and how basically people get comfortable when they see certain things in their environment. This scenario, it's rain. They're like, oh, it's raining. I'm not going to go out for a run. That would defeat 99% of people. Oh, it's raining? Oh, no run. Let's just get in the car and drive to the gym. It's a mile away. It's a 2-minute drive. 6-minute run. For me, at least. My thing is this. If I told myself I'm going to do something, like run into the rain, and my wife questions if I'm going to run into the rain, she's like, hey, are you sure? Hey, I'm going to the gym right now. Are you sure you don't need a ride? It was very tempting, but you know what I told her? I reminded her, very friendly reminder. I said, you know what, woman? I said, do you not remember the David Goggins video I showed you of him running in the rain? She said, no, I remember. I was like, what's the thing he said then? What'd he say? He's like, some people get defeated by the rain. I was like, it's not going to be me. And I ran in the rain. Cool thing about running in the rain is you don't get cold, especially when you're running. Like, you just don't. And that's where my discipline's starting to come in. Making a video every single day for you guys for 6 months. And it is for you guys, of course, but it's for me as well, to prove to myself that I can do it, to prove to my discipline that I can do this shit. If I can make a video for 6 months every single day, not miss a day, and shorts, whew, I'm a bad mama jamma. Anyways, so do the things you need to do now so you don't have regrets later on in life. You are the master of your ship, okay? You ever heard that? Discipline is doing something you don't want to do to get the results you would never get if you weren't disciplined, okay? Discipline is doing something you don't want to do to get the results you would never get if you weren't disciplined. That's my definition. And it's an important trait. It's an important trait because discipline builds on the next trait. And the next trait builds on the trait we just talked about, the first trait, which is super cool because it's a circle. And if you know this, then shit, you could start with any of these. I just had to start with the first one, accountability. The third and final trait that I had to gain. And I feel like I'm getting more confident with it every single day. Is self-love. You know that missing piece you feel in your body? You know, when you're like, you feel that hole in your body? You know? I had it as a kid, and I had it as a kid because I guess I never really got the love that I needed as a kid. I guess the way that I wanted it, which, you know, life happens. It's unrealistic to think that, you know, you as a kid, you can get what you want all the time. But self-love, man. I had a lot of missing pieces in my heart, and I knew they weren't being filled, and they won't be filled from someone else. I knew I had to fill them. And so those missing pieces in my body, it was self-love that I was missing. I started to forgive myself for the things that I did in my life. You know, the lying, the backstabbing, the deceit, the betrayal, just fucking everything in my life, man. I stopped being a victim and saying, poor me, and this happened because my environment, and no, I started to forgive myself deeply. I stopped looking at it as a life sentence and just looked at it as a life lesson, because that's what it is. It's about perspective. And another person that really helped me with self-love, though, was my mom, because I felt like I never really got validation when I was a kid. And so growing up, it was really hard for me to feel like wanted or accepted, you know? And so I had to do that by myself. I had to accept myself. I had to love myself in order for those other pieces to fall into place. And it's interesting because when I start forgiving myself, I started forgiving others. And when you forgive others, you start opening up your heart for more love. You don't hold on to the revenge. Anger and aggression, they put acid in your blood. Like, they make your body acidic, and it makes it for diseases to grow. So, but the cool thing about this is self-love goes in a full circle, because once you have self-love, you can be accountable and then disciplined, and then have more self-love because you're being productive and you're healing and you're doing the things that you never thought you would do. And that's why I said accountability was first for me, because I had to check myself. I had to do a reality check. Be like, this is the path you're on. You want to go down here for another 5 years, 10 years? You're going to be on the same path, maybe even worse. So I was like, all right. And then when I checked myself, I looked in the mirror and I said that. I was like, all right, you know what? I got to change. What can I do to change? You know what? I'm going to make a video every single day for 6 months. All right, perfect. I started doing that. My self-love starts going up and up. I start being more accountable with myself, start being more disciplined, start having more self-love. It's a circle. But anyways, those are the 3 traits that I gained on my healing journey. And the healing journey is, I think it started in 2014. 2014 it started. Maybe even 15. But I know it started around the time that I met my ex-wife. So now we're here. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Tune in every single day for the next 6 months for something else, something that will definitely benefit you in the future. Okay. Anyways, it was your boy Real, aka Malachi. This channel is just about your healing journey, man. Embrace it. Love it. Love yourself. Forgive others. Forgive yourself. Let's get this, warriors. I love y'all. Last but not least, click that link in the description if you would like to learn how to make real money from YouTube from my mentors. No fluff. All right, guys. I'm out. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.